WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And today I have Ballyhoo Irish whiskey. So that is from the Connacht Distillery. So you can maybe see here that nice little symbol. This was the Spade and Bushel 10-year-old single cask Irish cask strength bottling that I also did a video about half of a year ago. And Connacht is on the northwest coast of Ireland. If you go up to Derby, so you go up to Bushmills, you go up to Derby, you keep on going, that's where you'll find it. I do not think that I'll be able to make it there this summer. My wife and I are staying in Belfast, and it's about a 2-hour drive, and we're doing other things on that day. So 43%, 40 euros in America costs $30. And the interesting thing is there's absolutely no color added here. So this is an Irish whiskey, this is the Ballyhoo, and this is the DWD, and you do notice a big difference in the color. And this is a 4-year-old grain whiskey that was finished in a port cask. Now, port casks should give us a little bit of a red hue or tint, but I really don't see anything here. And it's made from 93% corn from France and 7% malted barley from I don't know where. So it doesn't exactly say where it was produced. It is a whiskey that was bought and then bottled by Connacht Whiskey Distillery. And this distillery was started here in the County Mayo from 3 Americans and 1 Irish man. And they mainly want to import the Irish whiskey into the American market. And that means this bottle is basically in Ireland only available at the Celtic Whiskey Shop in Dublin, and otherwise it's very difficult to find, maybe in the gift shop at Connacht. So let's taste it. There's not much other information. Oh yeah, Ballyhoo. What does Ballyhoo mean? So according to Wikipedia, there are basically 4 different possibilities. I don't like any of them, to be honest. It is a fish from Brazil. That's the first possibility. I really don't think that is true. The second possibility is it's a computer game published in 1985. So it could be a magazine published from 1931 to 1945. It's a band from Baltimore, Maryland. It's a pinball game first released in 1932. It's an album from 1997, Echo and the Bunnymen. It's a character in the Asterix entertainment games. It's a synonym for a media circus. And also, I think this is what it should be. Ballyhoo is publicity or hype, especially in order to increase the price of a product. I think Apple has always been very good at Ballyhoo. And also, it's a sign for online evaluating advertisement published 2017 globally, the Ballyhoo Awards. I really have no idea, no information. I just thought it was an interesting, cool name. So I've had quite a few Irish grains in my life. And the interesting thing about this is there is a lot of alcohol there. That ethanol is really present. That grain, but yet it's also creamy, vanilla, and smooth. Now, I get a very faint cherry. So imagine, I don't know if you ever had it or not, take a pink port wine, dilute it by about 60%, and then taste it. That's almost what we're getting here. Or dilute it maybe by 90%. That's almost what we're getting here on that moment of that sweet cherry. But it's a pleasant nose. It's not distracting or it's not obnoxious. It's just there, and it's a little bit, young. 4 years, come on. Now, I like. It's fairly consistent. It's fairly simple as well. It's not very complex. But yet it comes in, and you have the grain, you have a little bit of that metallic young moment, just tiny bit. And then a little bit of that fruitiness and a little bit of that cherry, that port wine finish kicks in. And then at the end, it just kind of remains an alcohol covered cherry with vanilla cream. So what I would like to do is to compare it to another Irish grain whiskey. I have a Kilbeggan, no longer in production, 8-year-old. And it might actually be from Kilbeggan, this whiskey. I don't know. That would be Cooley. Would make sense. I do not think that Middleton usually shares its grain, but could be. Bushmill doesn't really produce that much grain. And so it would be a good guess that it's from the Cooley Distillery and 4 years old. Over here in Germany, we have someone, Mareike. She is Miss Irish Whiskey in Germany. She has her own online shop, irish-whiskies.de, DE for Deutschland, which is Germany. And so she's totally in the scene. She knows what's going on and so on. And she said it's almost impossible to find good old grains anymore. They're all gone. Everyone's bought up everything you could possibly buy at horrendous prices. And that's why here Connacht decided to introduce, and look at this bottle. Isn't this bottle just great? A marketing gag. That's why I think it's Ballyhoo. So the 8-year-old without a port finish. Nice. It's about a C. At the end, a little bit of the bitters, a little bit of that bad wood and so on. And comparing it now to my my Ballyhoo 4-year-old Irish grain whiskey with a port wine finish. The cask came from Portugal. I love port, by the way. So, it really is better. It's smoother, it's creamier, and that little cherry moment is really nice. Now, in my German video, I decided that this would be a very, very good spirit for a cocktail. Now, I haven't tried the recipe myself, but I thought up this recipe. I think this would go extremely well with some cranberry juice. So Oceans or whatever, cranberry juice. Take maybe, let's say 10% cranberry juice. Maybe it should only be 5%. It depends on how concentrated it is. Take another 10% of your pineapple juice and then add your whiskey and stir. And I think that should now be named the Patriotic Jason. Why patriotic? Cranberries are mainly grown in the New England area, Patriots, and Jason, WhiskyJason. So if this becomes a real thing, hello, Mr. Connacht Distillery, I would like to have that named after me. Anything with cranberry in a cocktail, that's mine. The pineapple doesn't matter. You can add some orange juice or anything else, but I think cranberry would really be nice here. And I don't ever do cocktails here. All right, so I'm going to give this actually more of a C++, a B-. I like it. Now the price, if you can get it for $30 in the States, please do. Try it. And the problem is it's an easy sipper. It's really, really, really dangerous. This was a full bottle before my German video, and this is how a bottle looks normally after a video. And I drank basically 2 or 3 times the amount I normally have because it was such smooth drinking, and it was very flavorful. It was very, very pleasant. It's not complex. It's not sophisticated, but it's pleasant. And that makes it a very dangerous thing, especially for our mixing and mixology and for our various cocktails that are out there. So, WhiskyJason, whiskey from the viewpoint of America, saying this has a C for a value for money, B-, actually for the taste if you can get it for the €30 or $30. And I would like to highly recommend that you try my cocktail recipe and tell me if this is good with cranberry juice or not. All right. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my videos are then published. Please like, please subscribe, please tell the others about this weird guy over here in Germany getting his hands on many, many unique whiskeys that many people will never, ever see. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.